TV, Channel 8. The Spirit of Texas. This is News 8 at 5.
If there is a peace plan that allows Kosovo refugees to return to their homeland, one family that ended up in North Texas does not want to go back. 2-year-old Besa Shala just started on speech therapy. She must continue for years after ear surgery. Doctors at Medical City, Dallas last month implanted a device that corrects her damaged inner ear that left her deaf since birth. But she and her parents are just on a 6-month visa and don't want to return even if they can.
I have a hard time believing that extended medical visa could not at least be allowed in this child to receive the medical treatment that she needs.
The family has applied for political asylum and their application is pending, but it could take months for approval.
From WFAA-TV, Channel 8, the Spirit of Texas. This is the News 8 Update.
About 20,000 Kosovar refugees have come to the U.S. Some have come to North Texas. If there's a chance to go back home under a peace plan, one couple does not want to return. Their daughter has literally heard that America is where she must stay. Here's Channel 8's Brad Watson.
Put it on. That's a girl. That's right.
The light on 2-year-old Besa Shala's face shows she no longer lives in the darkness of deafness. She hears because of a state-of-the-art implant in her damaged inner ear that's now working. With the help of a verbal therapist, she could be talking normally in about 5 years. But to receive the twice-a-week therapy in the years ahead, she must stay in the United States, here in North Texas, beyond her 6-month visa. Besa's father knows for his daughter, who is deaf since birth, to succeed, they can't go back home.
5 to 7 years with teachers, with she must to learn English and to go at school in English. And my life is Besa.
But there's no guarantee they can stay. Under the NATO peace plan, refugees are to return to their homes. Besa underwent the surgery that allowed her to hear in April. Medical City Dallas Hospital, the implant maker, and surgeon Bob Peters all donated their services that totaled so far about $30,000. Thousands more in therapy lie ahead. Dr. Peters says their effort, and a child's life, will be wasted if Besa can't stay.
I will do whatever it takes to prove and to show that without her access and staying here with this therapy, it's basically a medical disaster that she has this capability and yet will be denied access to it.
A Dallas refugee aid group, Project Onward, is helping Besa and her family apply for political asylum with the federal government. It's pending, and a decision could take months. The ultimate ruling could determine whether this toddler, who now enjoys a sound game she couldn't even play a few weeks ago, grows up to tell others how some North Texans gave her a normal life. Brad Watson, Channel 8 News.
Now, if political asylum is granted for the family members, they can file for permanent residence and then later citizenship.
Now live, this is NBC5, the Texas News Channel.
NATO is taking a very cautious approach to news of a peace plan in Kosovo, waiting for actions to speak louder than words.
And a little girl from war-torn Kosovo tonight dances for joy in Dallas. We'll tell you why.
And when we come back this evening, we'll share some good news with you about a little girl from Kosovo, for whom a trip to Dallas opened the door to a whole new world. Hearing a bird sing or a child laugh is something many of us probably take for granted.
But for one little Kosovo girl, the sound of anything is nothing short of a miracle. NBC5's Deborah Damiano with her amazing story.
Get out! Get out!
This is a whole new world for little Besa Shala, a new world of sounds. And they are sounds any parent wants to hear.
Oh, we can hear you!
2-year-old Besa was born deaf. In addition to that challenge, she and her family were forced to escape from Kosovo because their village was bombed. Now she is among the lucky, one of the few to receive a cochlear implant, which will help her hear and speak. Twice a week, Besa and her audiologist practice associating these new sounds with language.
She's going to have to learn what every environmental sound is, what every speech sound is, baba, mama, dada, gaga. She's going to have to learn to babble just like a normal infant, and then she's going to have to learn all the words of English.
And it will take some time for her to accomplish all of that. Besa's surgeon says most deaf children are frightened when they hear sounds for the first time.
So we go slow with them, and we slowly turn up the level of the hearing and allow them to adjust to it so that they don't become scared of all this new sensation they're feeling.
A sensation she can experience only through a medical miracle, a miracle that can last a lifetime. Deborah Damiano, NBC5, Dallas.
Isn't she precious? Medical City Hospital of Dallas and the surgeon donated their services for Besa's surgery. The family struggle is still not over, though. They could be sent back to a refugee camp if they don't receive an extended visa.
You're watching Fox 4, the news station, with Ashley Banfield, Baron James, Tim Heller, and Mike Ducey.
Kosovar refugees here in North Texas say they are thankful tonight for more than just their freedom. The Shala family lost everything when they left war-torn Kosovo more than 2 months ago. But now, in the midst of all the chaos, they have received a gift. Coming up later in this newscast, we will introduce you to daughter Besa and tell you about her very small miracle.
Whether the conflict in Kosovo is really over remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Hundreds of thousands of people are without their homes now and most of their possessions.
One of those families is right here in Dallas tonight, a little shaken and quite scared, but they are also overjoyed. Medical reporter John Hammerly is here with an explanation of these mixed emotions.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Now, you'd think after 72 straight days of having bombs fall on your homeland and on your home, there wouldn't be a lot to celebrate, but the Shala family is smiling today. That's because of what they gained this morning in Dallas, and not what they lost last month. "72 straight days, tons of bombs, ethnic killings. It's enough to make the strongest character weak, enough to make the faithful doubt."
Terrible situation to go town to town or village to village, cross the border, and I didn't believe for this moment.
Higher Shala didn't believe he and his family would survive their exodus from Kosovo.
You're doing so well, baby.
And he didn't believe his daughter Besa would ever hear her parents tell her they love her. Besa was born profoundly deaf.
When the parents get the news that their child was born deaf is extremely catastrophic news. To getting them through that grieving process and telling them, well, now at least I can tell you we have something very beneficial we can do.
What they can do is implant this device, called a cochlear implant, behind the base of Besa's right ear. Together with a speech processor, the implant helps shuttle sound signals to auditory nerves left undeveloped in deaf people.
The nerves themselves that go to the brain are still alive, and therefore if with an electrical impulse to start the nerve signal, they can still be stimulated.
Look at Mommy.
The cochlear assist device was surgically implanted a few weeks ago, but now is the first time Besa began to hear the world around her, and the first time her father has smiled in a long time.
Today it's a very happy day for me and for my family, exactly for my daughter Besa, because her teacher said today Besa learn hearing the first dance, and I'm very happy.
Wish I could tell you that Besa's battles are over, but I can't. If the Shala's visa is not extended, they'll have to be forced to return home, which now only amounts to an overcrowded refugee camp. But Besa's dad, more than most of us, knows all we can do is take one day at a time. I'm John Hammerly. Stay well.
And now, 11 News at 6.
A first for a 2-year-old Kosovar refugee in Dallas today.
New at 6:30, find out